Hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn, the traveling trainer here of GoTarryn Personal Training in the greater Atlanta area. About to welcome two wonderful guests, one after the other. They've been here on GoTarryn TV for your special Thanksgiving episode. Now, before I get to those two very special guests, I'd like to invite everyone out there to please make sure to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. As I mentioned, for today's double feature, a double episode, how cool is that, here on Thanksgiving, here in Atlanta, we have two amazing ladies. They're both wonderful guests that are recurring here on GoTarryn TV. And in the order we're going to take them, today first we're going to have Susan Longley of SusanLongley.com. She is amazing. As I mentioned, she's going to be telling us some really good nutrition tips here and suggestions of what we can do, not only today, but to change it for the rest of our lifestyle, to get rid of all the nasty bad habits and fill them in with some better habits, and also fill in those nutritional deficiency gaps that we're having. And then after Susan Longley, we're going to kind of tag in and tag out, so to speak. We're going to jump Elsie Trawick on the call of Elsie Trawick Wellness. We have had her on here talking about the theme of maintain, don't gain. Basically, she'll come on here and tell us how can we not be a statistic and be that average person that gains 7 pounds from Thanksgiving and New Year's. How do we avoid that? And she's going to tell us that, as you know, she's the authority on gluten-free and everything healthy. So between Susan and Elsie, we are in for a treat. I'm in for a treat because I'm the big winner. I get to pick both their brains and win out and learn everything that I can from these two incredible women. So in just a few moments, let's first join the call with Susan Longley for the first half of the episode, and then we'll finish the call in the second half with Elsie Trawick. And when we come back, we will be here in full store with those two women on our special Thanksgiving episode. Remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back.
In a new eating plan.
Yeah, good.
And you also, I had a client the other day that was saying, I'm on Weight Watchers right now, and I'm going to this really nice restaurant, and I know that they're going to come bring their big biscuits out and put them in the middle of the table with butter. And she says, I can't have one. And I says, the first thing I said, well, just tell the waiter not to bring it. And she says, well, I'm at a table with other people, and they may want it. So it's not a matter of having the waiter not put it on my plate. So I said, well, you're just going to have to find a way, not to pick up that biscuit. And she says, yeah, I'll just tell myself that I can, that I just have to wait, that I can do it, after I lose the weight. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, that's not the way to think about it, because that's how you do the yo-yo dieting.
Oh, right, of course.
It's like, I'm on Weight Watchers, I lose 20 pounds, I feel so good. Now I can go back to eating all the stuff that I used to eat. And it's great. And I just have to get through this 6 months or whatever. And doesn't serve you. Okay?
No,
you really
right.
do have to change. You have to change what you eat. And you have to understand that it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle change. Like you said, coming full circle, it's, definitely accountability, and it's in the mindset. And you always reference the Younger Next Year book, and a lot of that's in there, isn't it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Commitment and accountability. I guess that's the big key takeaways.
Right.
That's good. I like that. How about...
I haven't mentioned that yet because we're talking about nutrition, and they do a little bit in that. That book is primarily about exercise. Sure. And I just have to say that exercise goes along with anything that you're doing to change your lifestyle. If you want to lose weight, if you want to be healthier, if you want to lower your triglycerides, or you want to lower your blood sugar, whatever you're working on, the exercise is such a critical part of it. If you try to do it without it, you're just kind of hobbling yourself. You might as well tie your ankles together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very true. No, you're right. So we all have the power to do that. That's very, very true. What's your have you heard of these diets, like the keto diet, and as far as, I guess it goes back to Atkins and some of these others, like, do you know anybody on any of these at all?
Yeah, the keto diet is It was actually developed for therapeutic purposes. It can be used to treat childhood epilepsy.
Oh, wow.
Um, Children that have an almost like a 95% fat diet,
Uh-huh.
and like 3% carbs and 2% protein or something, find strong relief from seizures.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it was originally developed for. It wasn't a weight loss diet. Ketosis is not an unnatural state. It's what happens when you're starving. And historically, people have frequently starved over a long period, over the winter. We've gone without food for a long time. And our body has ways of coping with that, because it used to be that there was not a grocery store around every corner. And if you couldn't catch it and it wasn't growing, you were out of luck. So our bodies have mechanisms for coping with this lack of food. And ketosis is one of them. Ketosis allows you to burn your fat. So, of course, that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to burn, my fat stores. And so it does work for losing weight, but there are other problems with it. And it's really not a good idea to try to go into ketosis. I think that was the foundation of the original Dr. Atkins.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
and that
right,
was one of those, steak and cheese, right? And they found after people went on that for a while that that it can be fat. You can eat fat, but there's other things that go along with that, like hardening the arteries and stuff like that. So it's not really a good idea to kind of experiment with that.
Yeah.
I would beware of the ketosis, and again, experiment with it and do a lot of research. I did read something. Someone was talking about a woman that lost a lot of weight. Actually, that wasn't a lot of weight. She lost about 20 pounds post-pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
And by using ketosis. But the lady that was writing the article said that she wasn't sure how much of the weight loss was due to the ketogenic diet. Ketogenic diet is very rigorous. You have to keep track of what you're eating. You have to know what your percentages are if you're going to do it successfully. And she said just having this kind of attitude toward what you eat, that you're going to be aware of what you're eating and how it affects you, and you're going to keep track, you're going to keep records, you're going to be building habits, that may be more what contributed to her maintaining her weight loss than the actual ketogenic diet. It was just more that she became very aware of what she ate and how it affected her. And she was able to build on that. She didn't stay on the ketogenic diet after she lost the weight, but she did maintain her weight loss because she kept eating properly for her body.
Huh. Wow.
Another thing that you can do, there's a lot of things you can do to support this change as well. When I started eating, both when I went on the paleo and then when I tried the vegan and then when I went back to the modified paleo, I adjusted my pantry. Okay, so I went into my refrigerator and my shelves in my pantry and took out the stuff that I shouldn't eat. Okay, and just ditched it so that it wasn't sitting there staring me in the face.
Yeah, that was smart. That's how I am. I always say if it's not in the house, then I do a lot better. But if it's right there, that's how I am. Psychological thing.
Forget it. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. Yeah, I know exactly. It comes back to what we just said, the mindset. Yeah, I agree totally.
And I will cook some vegetables. If I go in the refrigerator and I want something to eat and I can't find anything to snack on, I'll just decide to go ahead and grill some asparagus.
Yeah, that's smart.
I really didn't want to do that much work, but that's all that's there, and I do like it. Once I get it fixed, I like it.
Oh yeah.
It's just sometimes I don't want to do the work. So.
Well, Susan, I know you've got to go here in about 5 minutes, but if it's okay, I wanted to see if we can add in here Elsie Trawick, get her expertise too, and that way we can kind of tag in and tag out with you. And we're going to try calling her in here right now. Let's see if we can get Elsie on the line, and this is really good. She should be answering here shortly. So while we're waiting for her to be on the call, we'll kind of get her perspective too from it in a different mindset. Let's see. Well, let's see. It didn't get her on. Let's try it again here. If we can't get her this way, I'll try calling her another way here. Okay, I think she's answering. Hey, Elsie, it's Taryn and Susan. How are you? Well, looked like she picked up. All right, let's try it this way. I thought we got her. Huh, that's interesting. It usually just conferences them in, but I'm trying to call her now.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. Elsie, it's Susan and Taryn. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine.
Hey,
Hi,
we were
Elsie.
just... Can you hear Susan,
Are you
Elsie?
there? What?
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
I'm right here.
Hey,
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah, we were just talking about you if your ears were burning. So we've got Susan, and Susan's been talking nutrition, and we were going to kind of tag in and tag out here. We're going to let Susan go here in a couple minutes, but I know today we're going to talk to you on maintaining and not gaining during the holidays, kind of like, how do we not gain too much weight before the holidays get here. But I just wanted you two ladies to kind of check in and say hi. You've been on here together before on group calls, so I just wanted to...
Are we FaceTime today?
It's Skype, I think.
Yeah. You can hear us okay?
It's not coming through my Skype, though.
Oh, okay. Let me try it again then. I thought...
I can hear her, but I don't see her picture. So.
Yeah, we don't see you. Elsie, does it say that it's like the call's coming through on Skype? Did we lose her?
I'm right here,
Yeah,
but it's not coming in through Skype.
Oh. Okay, let's try it a different way. Let's see. Is your computer ringing right now? It says it's calling you. Technology.
Technology. I just don't get... You know what? It's telling me to reset my password.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Yeah, it's done that to me before, too. Let me try it this way here. Hang on, I got an idea. If I call you, then it'll probably...
I just created a new password, but let me write it down.
It should be calling you now. Does it say it's letting you in? There it goes, yeah. Now it's coming through. I hear your computer ringing now.
You didn't know that's my phone. No, what is it? Your valid email address?
We can hear you okay. It's still doing that
What is
scratchy noise,
going
too, there.
on with this stuff?
We'll still make it work, Elsie. Yeah, it's still trying to call her. I've never seen...
You've reached Elsie Trawick Wellness. Please leave a message with your name,
Oh.
telephone number, and or email address to reach you. I will
Okay,
get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Elsie. So how are you doing today?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing great. How are
Good.
y'all today?
Good. Susan's here, and we've been chatting, and we said we're going to get the expert on this whole gluten thing from your perspective with Elsie Trawick Wellness, and so I guess just to start us off with, what's your thoughts on the holidays here? Like, is this one of the most dangerous?
The holidays are here. It's
Tomorrow.
fun. Holidays are great.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The holidays are also not an excuse to overindulge. A lot of us use that to say, oh, it's the holidays. I'll have that extra glass of wine. I'll have that piece of cheesecake. I'll have those extra, whatever it is that calls to us from the buffet line or wherever we are. But I actually am doing a couple of presentations at Majestic Body Chiropractic on how to maintain and not gain during the holidays. And part 2 is coming up on December 1st from 2 to 3 p.m. And it's surviving the holidays, because in December we'll be in full swing. And what I talk about are the 4 critical keys to surviving the holidays and not gain weight. And the first one is personal choice. You make a choice, you commit to yourself that you're not going to gain weight. that you're not going to overindulge. The second is that you have a positive attitude around the holiday and around yourself in particular. The third one is planning. Planning is critical because there are so many events to go to. There's special things going on at the museums, and there's a lot of live music. There's just all kinds of wonderful holiday things and activities that are going on in our world right now. So planning our activities and understanding where we're going and knowing the events and getting in front of all this so that you have a better idea, not just a better idea, you've got a really good idea about your holiday time and how you're spending it. The last one is preparation. If you've got an event right after work and it's all, buffet, fattening food, and you want to stay back, take a little cooler in your car with your veggies, your protein, your
That's
food.
a great idea.
That is really good. I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Particularly if you have food allergies. Because when you go to a buffet line, they don't have labels telling you what's in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like me, speaking gluten-free, I have several networking events coming up. And I can tell you right now, that food ain't gluten-free, and it's heavy on the sauces, on the mayonnaise, on the cheese, dairy, lots of creamy, yummy food. Especially here in the South, I guarantee you mac and cheese will be on every buffet line this year. Grits, they'll probably have mashed potato bars. So when you're trying to maintain your weight, it really is critical that you plan and that you prepare. And you may not lose weight, but you can definitely maintain your weight.
Very well said, Elsie.
Absolutely.
That's an excellent list. And Susan, I've been watching the clock here. Susan, if I guess we will let you go. We're going to keep Elsie on. And
Okay.
Susan, I want to thank you so much, and we'll see you here
Thank
shortly.
you for having me.
My pleasure.
I really want to second what Elsie said. It's like the holidays is not a time to plan to lose weight, but you can certainly maintain. So be realistic with yourself.
Good point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was
Okay.
well said, Elsie. I like what you said, how you said that too with the list, the planning and preparation. That's what it comes down to, really.
Yes, definitely.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you. Goodbye, Elsie. It's good to hear your voice again.
It's good to
and
hear
y'all
yours and
y'all
happy
have a
holidays.
good Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Thank you, Susan.
Bye-bye.
We will see you shortly, Susan.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. And Elsie, to continue on, that's really good. I like what you said in terms of having a plan and being prepared. I mean, that is very empowering. That's what it comes down to.
It is. And when you take control, when you go into it make this a personal choice, so that you're not like, oh man, you don't want to have a negative attitude around it. You want to set your goals for the holiday.
Oh yeah.
But typically, when we overindulge in a lot of aspects of ourselves. We don't just, this isn't a one-up. This is something that we need to get control over, especially for those of us, and I'm including myself in this, who are sugarholics.
Oh yeah.
Unapologetically, I love a good piece of cake or a good piece of pie.
Me
and
too.
I'm a foodie. I love to bake and cook for the holidays. And I like, I pulled out my recipe. Southern Living last year had a great recipe for gluten-free bourbon balls.
Ooh, nice.
They're so wonderful. I love to make them up because they're great. I can make a huge batch. They last for a long time. In fact, the longer they sit, the better the more bourbon they get. But they're great to have on hand if you're going to something and you want to take a little hostess gift, or you want to take a little something to add to the buffet, or you want to just have them on hand for when people pop by.
Sure.
They're wonderful, chocolatey, rolled in pecans. Oh, they're just decadent, but they're great. But I do also want to talk about a couple of other things related they're on this same topic. When you are planning your activities, look at your calendar. Make sure you get everything on your calendar. Get all the events you want to go to. RSVP to the ones you need to RSVP to. And look at where they are so that you know what you're doing. Like, I've got several networking events, holiday, Christmas parties, but they're with people I want to network with. So that's another big thing. When you go in, make a decision beforehand what you're going to drink and what you're going to eat. And if you need to take food with you and have it in your car, make sure you've got that. Prepare. And when you walk in, don't hover near the bar. Get your beverage and back away from the bar. If you're not going to eat at the event, don't go near the buffet. Just stay away from it. Don't tempt yourself. But also, when you're looking at these events, figure out what your game plan is. Because at a networking event, for me in particular, I want to make sure I talk to at least 3 to 5 new people. Get their business cards. So I don't want to be balancing a glass and a plate of food. You know, I want to be free to talk to them, to engage with them, and not focused on a drink and something to eat. And figure out how long you're going to stay at these events. That's part of the planning and preparation. Because sometimes, like, you know, next Thursday night, I've got 3 events. I've got to figure out how to juggle that because I want to go to them all. So how long am I going to stay there? You know, make a game plan. It's like, you know, go in, plan, prepare, so that you can make every activity you want to make and you come out with your goals achieved.
Yeah, very true. I mean, that's what that's the great thing. It's so empowering. It's just accountability, and we have the power to do that ourselves. That's so cool. It's something we're in control of.
And then I've got 4 things that I really like to keep in mind when I go to events, family events, where you can flop down on the sofa, you fix your plate of food, and you enjoy just being with your family.
Sure.
But one thing that's critical when we go into an event is to not eat in a hurry. Don't eat standing up. Don't eat in a hurry. Take a mindful approach to eating.
Oh, yes.
So that you chew your food well. You take bites. You don't try to talk and chew your food at the same time. And holidays, you know, families get together. There may be family coming in from out of town. Take the pressure off yourself that you have to do everything. Be present in your situation. If you're talking to people, maybe hang back and wait to fix your plate. But be mindful and consciously mindful of what you're eating. Get your, you know, so that you eat slow, you chew your food, you don't rush. Make sure you're hydrated with water.
Yes.
Before and after any event, so that you make sure you're hydrated, so you don't gulp down sugary punches or Coca-Colas or soda beverages or alcoholic beverages. And check in with your hunger. How do you feel at the end of a meal? How do you feel before you go into a meal? If you're really hungry, maybe fix yourself a smaller, like, salad or appetizer plate, so that you eat in courses versus piling up a bunch of stuff on a plate. And then remember, we're all told, clean plate club. Periodically check in with yourself while you're eating. If you're full and you've hit your satiety mark, put your plate down. You can always go back to it later. You don't have to stop at that point, but don't make yourself eat more than you're comfortable with. You want to be comfortable in your clothes and throughout your act. And then choose wisely. Look at the options of food that's available. You may want to walk down the food line and see what's there before you start putting food on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned this the hard way. Is I sometimes, if I see something I really like, I double up on it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I don't have time or space or room enough in my, not only on my plate, but in my tummy for all that I see. So put smaller portions on your plate so you get a little bit of everything.
Good idea. Mm-hmm.
So and chew very slowly when you do eat. Chew your food well and chew it slowly so that you savor and enjoy the flavors of the holiday on your tongue and in your mouth. Make it stay present in the moment and make it a joyful experience.
Very good idea, Elsie.
But the holidays are here, and we want to survive them. We want to maintain our current weight and not gain, especially for those who are they're trying to lose weight. The holidays are here, and they can be scary for people. And there's no need to feel that. Take the panic out of the holidays. Take the stress out. I'm just giving you some tips and tricks and strategies to get through the holiday with your body intact.
I like that, Elsie. Those are really, really, really strong, good pieces of advice. That is excellent.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, that's really, really sound. And what else in terms of, for people that, again, you've given a lot of good examples and suggestions of what people can do so that they don't slip up. And one of the things that Susan and I were talking on before you came on was about how holiday parties have a lot of alcohol and wine. And some clients of Susan's, they just simply tell her, I can't give up the wine or I won't give up the alcohol. Is there, in your philosophy, Elsie, should it be all or nothing if it's a problem for people, or is it more so that they could just, in baby steps, kind of incrementally cut that down and challenge themselves to do that? What do you think? What's the better idea on that?
Oh, God. Well, that goes back to what I said about planning your activities.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Like where you're going from, especially if you've got multiple events on an evening, or if you're going to your best friend's Christmas party and
Mm-hmm.
you know you're going to be there a long time.
Uh-huh.
Taste your my suggestion is, because I will admit it, I love my wine too.
Sure.
But
mm-hmm.
Pace yourself. A lot of times when I go into a party and it's one I know I'm going to be at, I actually don't. My first drink is not an alcoholic beverage.
Mm-hmm.
My first drink will be sparkling water with a twist, or just a glass of water to
Mm-hmm.
start with. And then I can go, because you're excited, you're happy, you may imbibe faster than you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
And,
mm-hmm.
It tastes good going down. But to get that first hydrating beverage in, and then have a glass of wine or a cup of the eggnog. And now cocktails are big, and people are making punches, bourbon punches, champagne punches that are absolutely delicious, and they taste so good going down, and then boom, all of a sudden you're like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
and if you're going to have more alcoholic drinks than one or two at an event, interject a non-alcoholic beverage like water, sparkling water, in between them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Know your limits and really understand yourself. And because we all get talking, we get laughing, we get enjoying ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And remember, we all got to the party, and we all got to get home too. And we want to get home safely.
That's really, really good, Elsie. I like that. That's excellent. And again, just really, really good sound pieces of advice, and I think those are terrific takeaways. So you've given us a lot to think about here. I want to thank you so much for being on here. I appreciate it. I'm glad this worked out perfectly. We can hear you just fine on the audio call today, a little different than we usually do. But Elsie, can you tell us before we let you go, what's the best ways for people to learn more about Elsie Trawick Wellness?
Oh, great. Yes. Elsie Trawick Wellness, you can reach me at my home office, which is 404-315-7665. I've also got a business Facebook page, Elsie Trawick Wellness. You can message me through that. I've got an upcoming event on Saturday, December 1st at Majestic Body Chiropractic and Massage on McConnell Drive in Decatur from 2 to 3 p.m. It's I did the first part, Maintain, Don't Gain, last Saturday, and so Saturday, December 1st is the second part, Surviving the Holidays.
Oh, I love it.
Strategies to maintain your weight and survive the holidays.
Very good, Elsie. Well, that is wonderful. I can't wait. That's exciting. Great event there for you, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving, Elsie. It's always fun to have you on. I'm glad that this worked out perfectly to have you and Susan on together telling us how to maintain and don't gain to this season. That's great.
Oh, great. Me too. I'm really thrilled it worked out.
Yes.
I like Susan so much. I enjoy her.
You are both just very good authority on this topic. And again, let's definitely, when we do another call here, I want to have you both on simultaneously and do another three-way conference roundtable discussion. And
that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. You both are just amazing. So I love being able to pick your brains. I learned so much from both of you, and I really make out well whenever I get a chance to talk to you both. But Elsie, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule here. Enjoy the holidays, and let's get you back next month for our special Christmas episode.
That sounds perfect.
Excellent.
Sounds perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
Elsie. Well, thank you again, and happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon, Elsie.
Thank you, Taryn. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.